Hello again. Thank you for joining me on my channel. My name is David Charles, International Psychic Medium. Today we're doing a reading for you entitled, Will My Luck Ever Change? Will your luck ever change for the better? Let's find out. I'm going to choose a pack of cards. Which one should we have today? Let's try that one there. No music, no theme tune. We're just going to get straight on with it. So, I'm going to do 4 packs as always. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click the like button and all that, and share me with your friends, and click the bell icon, and you'll never miss a reading then. So I'm going to shuffle these. They've all been shuffled, but we'll do it again a bit more. Will your luck ever change for the better? We'll find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And after this, we're doing stage 28 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course, and that today is the King of Cups, and he's a jolly old chap as well, so you'll enjoy that. I can't wait to show you that one. Actually, it's very good. I hope you enjoyed the Queen and our last video together. Now we have 4 stacks of cards for you. Which one do you fancy? I'd like you to pick one. Use your intuition, take a few deep breaths, pause the video if you want, ask your friends if there's a group of you. Be funny if there was 4 of you and you could pick one each. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. Should tell you the numbers, shouldn't I? That's 1, 2, 3 or 4. Which one would you like? 1, 2, 3 or 4? We're going to start with number 1. So if you chose that one, I'll put them up there a minute. This is for your general reading, which means it won't resonate with all of you, but it will resonate with you, and you'll know if it does. If not, come back and choose another number a day or 2 or a few days from now. There's lots of videos on there of mine, love readings and all sorts, so if you look at my channel you'll find all of those. Number 1. Normally when I do a reading similar to this, you see that people are watching this because they haven't had much good luck recently. This isn't quite that bad actually. A lot of spiritual activity going on for you, number 1, which means the spirit guides may have got you to watch this video this evening or today. It is a timeless video, I should point out. That means it doesn't matter when you find it. You can find it today or 6 months from now. You'll find it when you're meant to find it, because you are choosing the cards. And I think, number 1, at the moment you're going through a very spiritual time. One of your main guides with you at the moment, probably at this very moment, is a lady who passed over recently, or well, not recently, but she's passed over and she's very much in your life at the moment. You will have many spirit guides. We all do. But sometimes you get one that seems dominant or around at the moment. This lady is with you. You're bound to know who she is. If you don't, it may be someone you lost even when you were a child or before you were born. But a lot of spiritual activity, and I can see, number 1, that you have not had an easy life so far. I think you put up with a lot of rubbish, and it is changing for the better because you have some karma predicted as well. But I think you've made lots of sacrifices in your life, usually for the benefit of others. 1 or 2 of you may have been divorced and sacrificed things for your children. 1 of you may have been divorced and sacrificed your happiness just to get some space and to almost escape from the marriage. They're just examples, but there are signs of sacrifice. I think some of you, number 1, didn't have a very good childhood. As I said, not all of you. Some of you will have had a wonderful childhood, but 1 or 2 of you, number 1, if it resonates with you, had a difficult upbringing and maybe not much fun. I don't see a lot of love and cuddles around at the time when you were younger, which is sad. But you got over it. You're not holding a grudge. You're not affected adversely by it, as a lot of people do get. I think you've accepted what happened in the past because you didn't know any different. You didn't know any other kind of life, if that is you that I'm resonating with. But I think the aggro you put up with over the years, if that's the right word, the sacrifices you've made, the good that you've done for people in your life is about to be paid back. So the answer to the question, is your luck changing or will it ever change? I believe it will. And in the coming months, things are looking better because you've got some karma coming. This means that you'll get exactly what you deserve. And I believe, number 1, that you deserve a break. You deserve four aces for a change. You need something to go your way, and it's coming. This won't be stopped by anything. It's coming. It's not negotiable. We all get karma. I always think we get it about twice a year, which means if we're naughty, we pay for it, and we pay threefold. Most witches and psychics believe that karma is threefold, so you get it 3 times over, or 3 times as bad, or 3 times as good. And I believe, number one, your karma is coming soon 3 times as good, so you're going to get rewarded. I also see some money coming your way, a lump sum of money. Now that could be a win, have a little flutter on something, don't overdo it, of course. It could be somebody giving you a gift, or it could be somebody leaving you money. We don't want that, obviously, but that's what it can mean. And there is money in the reading that you will need to think about, because you tend to let things sometimes you're not too good with handling money, so don't let it go too easily. That's the main thing. Some of you, number one, are seeing paperwork and officialdom, possibly legal stuff. Could indicate solicitors and that sort of thing, but I think you've got to watch what you're signing in the coming months. If you're signing documents, read the small print. It'll only take you about a week, but read this. I'm only joking, but read the small print before you sign anything, because there is paperwork, legal stuff. If you're driving, don't get caught in a speed trap. Make sure you're not doing anything you could get into trouble for, because there could be legal stuff around. But I think it's more likely to be tax people, officialdom, people that want you to sign paperwork. You may be applying for mortgages or credit cards, that sort of thing. Watch what you're doing. Things are not always all they seem with these deals and credit things. So be careful. So I believe you're in, at the moment, number one, you're going through, at the moment already, a very spiritual time. Some of you may not believe that. You may be watching this for a bit of fun, but believe me, there is spiritual activity around you, and it's around you today, at this very moment, wherever you sit now, if you're at home or at work, in the car, or in the bath. And a lot of people ring me when they're in the bath for readings, because that's the only way they get some peace from other people, I think. But if you're, wherever you are, I believe this lady in spirit is with you. So do you know who she is? If you don't know, maybe ask the family if they may know for you, if you maybe someone you lost when you were young. I feel that all the efforts you've made in the past seem to come to nothing, but now it seems to be all coming together, and you'll know what I mean, I'm sure. Things seem to be falling into place in the coming weeks and months, and I do believe that you're getting some karma for once, and your karma is good. But I should point out that anyone who's been bad to you, as you probably already know, because I'm always saying it, but anyone that's been bad to you will pay for that as well, because they get their karma as well. You won't find out necessarily, but if anyone's crossed you or been nasty or spiteful to you in the past, they've got it coming in the coming weeks and months. So watch out for them. There are some indications that your finances haven't been too good, and I don't think you're destitute. I just think you've come into a lull where you're not getting as much in as you used to. You're not receiving the income that you used to receive. At the moment of recording this video, there's a lot of that going on, but when you watch this video, it could be a long time ahead. But I think your finances have sort of stagnated. There is a lump sum of money coming your way, number one, but I don't see financial improvement, so it's not a regular thing. So I think if you receive a lump sum of money, try and keep it if you can. Always a wise thing, because you may need to make it spread out over a period of time. Watch out what you're signing, watch out for officialdom, look out for the tax man. If you're on benefits, watch out if you're filling forms in, that sort of thing, because some of you will be, I know. But I think generally speaking, number one, the question is, or the title of this reading is, will your luck ever improve? And I think it is. I think for once, you're going to get what you deserve. Please comment below and click the like button if you enjoyed that. And thank you for watching. And I always say here, a special welcome to anyone out there who's watching this all on your own. If you're lonely, a special welcome to you. And you're all welcome, of course you are. If you chose number 2, this is for you. So, number 2. New beginnings. Will your luck ever improve? There's some indications that you're having to restart things in order to change your fortunes. Not a massive thing. I don't think you're going to move to a country thousands of miles away. But I believe that somebody close to you is very worried about you. And I don't see a reason for it, which is often the case. But somebody that cares for you is quite worried about you. So work that out. And if you can think who it might be, tell he or she not to worry. So it must be someone who thinks an awful lot of you. I don't think your love life is as powerful as it used to be. I don't see you gushing and overflowing with love at the moment, but I think you may be in a relationship that's just sort of kind of got cozy and like a comfortable old pair of slippers. You're used to each other. Doesn't mean there's no love in the reading. It just means that there's not a lot going on there that's changing that. But things are changing in other ways. You have new beginnings. Some of you, which comes through lots of readings, are pregnant. That may be why you're watching this. Some of you are trying to become pregnant, and some of you have not long had a baby. So there's babies, pregnancies, births and fertilities in this reading number 2, but it can also mean the birth of new ideas in there. I think some of you have got ideas for changing things, and you're having this reading to see if it looks favourable, and my advice is that it does. And I think things are looking really good. But you're going to need to change. That's what I'm picking up. And you're going to need to change soon. There is a man around you, could be a lady, could always be either sex, but I believe it's a man who is educated, successful, wise, but a little bit aloof. It may not be someone you're going to get close to. I believe this man is an advisor for you. Could be a family member, a father figure, an old uncle. As I say, it can be a woman, but I think for most of you, number 2, this will be a man who is advising you, relating to a new project that you're thinking of taking on. You may not go ahead with it, but it's looking as though you might. And I don't think you should be frightened. I don't think it's going to be a cheap thing. You may have to lay out a little bit of finance. But as I see you now, number 2, you're thinking about changing, giving up the old habits, giving up things that you're fed up with, and moving to different grounds. And I think it won't be a bad idea. But if you're having a baby, it will affect things, obviously, because you might need childminders and that sort of thing. If you've had a baby, then you'll know what I mean. I believe that some of you are trying for babies and have been trying for a while with no success, but it's coming. So is your luck changing, number 2? The answer is really that no, it's not as things stand, but I think you're going to make it change. I think you're going to take on something new. I don't see any disasters in this reading. I think you're going to try something new that's going to test you. It's going to test your resolve. It's going to test your skills. It's be a new challenge for you, and I think you'll enjoy it. I believe you will. I think you'll get help from this man who is well respected in his field. It may be someone that's helping you set these things up, maybe a web designer or something like that. He could be your accountant or somebody you know where you used to work. But you're really thinking now about moving on and giving up something because it's become a bit stale, and that can involve romance as well, of course. But don't rush to give things up if there's a doubt. If you're in any doubt, just delay things a little bit. Don't cancel them, but don't rush into them. I'm just getting a feeling here that you mustn't rush into this decision. You're being a bit indecisive. I would tell you if I thought there was a disaster looming, and I don't think there is. So think about what you're doing. Listen to the advice you're getting from this man, or it could be a lady, as I said. See how they feel about it. I think they're going to give you their opinion whether you want it or not. I think you're highly fertile, and as you may know, that doesn't only mean babies. Fertility means things are going to grow. They're going to take off. and things are going to improve. So it's lovely. I think number 2, somebody is worried about you, and that concerns me. I think your new beginning is going to happen, whether you delay it or not. I think it will happen. I think you're leaving the past behind, not in a bad way. There's no ill feeling. It's not like clearing out, like when you get the Fool card or something like that. It's not like that. I think it's a movement forward that you've been considering for quite some time, and it's getting close now. Don't let it drag on too long, or you may miss the opportunity. So think about it, make a decision, and stick with it. Don't let people talk you out of it. Don't let people put you off. You have the skills, you have the ability to make your luck change for the better. You're going to have to make it happen. If you want a run of good fortune, you need a run of new things. If you're thinking of giving something up, it may be because you think that it'll take some pressure off you. It can mean giving up smoking or something like that. Obviously not so much these days, but you're thinking about giving something up because it's giving you stress. It can mean that you're giving up a romance sometimes. You believe it's going to relieve your stress levels, and I believe it will, but don't rush into it, and at the same time don't miss the boat. I think you're strong. I think your strength is your strength physical, but you've got strength of character as well, number 2. So thank you for watching. I think it looks pretty good. And please click like and share me with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and click the bell icon, of course. And please make comments below, because they do help. Let's take a look now at number 3. If you chose number 3, this is for you. Will your luck change? Will your luck change for the better? Well, there is some interesting stuff here. Can't wait to tell you about this, because it looks to me as though you're similar to number 2, because you feel stuck in a rut. I think you're a prisoner of your own indecisiveness, and I think you've got to start making some decisions, because you ended up in bad habits. I think your life clock is out of balance. You're not sleeping at the right times, and we've all done that, because I make these films late at night. But I think your sleeping patterns are out. I think you're tired during the daytime. I think your eating patterns are not good at the moment. I think you're probably eating too much one day and not enough the next. I think you feel trapped. Sometimes that can mean that you're trapped in a romance, or you feel that you are. I'm not saying you are, and it won't apply to all of you, as you know. But you feel stuck, and you're ignoring things, and you're putting things off, and you need to stop putting things off about the way you're living. Your body clock is out of tune. As I said, you may go to bed really tired, but you can't sleep. When you get to sleep, then you keep waking up, and in the daytime you're tired out because you're not having proper sleep and proper nourishment, and 1 or 2 of you may not be looking after yourselves. You've got to stop. I'm lecturing you now, number 3. You've got to stop this and look after yourself. I think you're making life much more difficult than it should be, as we often do, all of us. I think you're fighting against the current. It's like you go in the sea and you're being dragged out to sea, and you're trying to get back, and you've got to get back to the shore before you'll feel safe, metaphorically speaking, of course. You need to sort out the way you're living, because I think somewhere along the way you're like a clock that's out of tune, or an engine that's out of tune. It needs tuning. Then things happen to change, because all this is going to change, and things are speeding up, and things are speeding up a lot. I don't see major good fortune, but I certainly don't see it getting worse, number 3. I think things are going to turn out for the better. Lots of things coming your way, lots of news coming your way, information coming your way. This is all to do with your earthly life, the way you earn your living, or the way your living is provided. It could be provided by your partner, of course. But I think you've got some of you, not all of you, have a child that's important. You may have 6 children, but there's one that's important at the moment. Maybe one of them isn't feeling too good, or one of them is struggling with exams. One of your children, number 3, may need extra attention. I'm not saying there's a problem and no illness or anything like that, but for some reason, one of your children, if you have children, is looking at you, and they need something from you, and they may not tell you because they don't want to worry you. And then as you speed up, I believe if you calm things down with your sleeping habits and chill out a bit, then you're going to have to travel. And some of you will be traveling overseas. May not necessarily be permanently, but I think that you're going from one extreme to the other. You're being stuck in a rut 1 minute and then changing everything completely. It's a bit like you may be a bit like that in all areas of your life. There are a few star signs like that, but I won't mention them because we maybe get it wrong. And they're not always the same anyway. Some people say certain star signs can't marry other star signs. I don't believe that at all. Sometimes the ones they say don't work are the happiest in marriage, and that's the way it is. But I reckon you're stuck in a rut, number 3, and you're not, you just feel as though you are. It's your own indecisiveness. You're not seeing the wood for the trees. Stop blindfolding yourself. Stop ignoring things that you know you need to deal with, and it's your own habits and your own lifestyle that needs to change. You're making life difficult, and it needn't be like that. It needn't be like that. I think things are going to take off. If you've got projects coming up, they're going to speed up. Get ready. Be ready, because you're going to move very quickly, and you're going to need to be rested. You're going to need to be less stressed, and you're going to need to be calm and look after yourself. Then we have a message here that your stress levels will go down as long as you do the things that I've advised you to do. I'll repeat myself. It doesn't apply to all of you. You'll know if it means you. If it's not you, come back in a day or two and pick a different number, or go to one of my other readings. There's plenty of readings by me, love readings and all sorts. On my thing, David Charles, of course. And if you need a full-length reading, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. And if I'm not available, one of my team that work for me will look after you, and they're very good. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in my team. So, I believe some of you, number 3, are going to travel. And I think some of you, number 3, are going to travel twice. So there'll be one lot of traveling where you're sorting out things that you want to do. And then I think you'll go back to where you were, but much calmer, looking after yourself. And then I think you'll travel again. And some of you are going to move abroad, or you're going to work abroad. And some of you, only some of you, I'm picking up the United Arab Emirates, but it may not be you, it may be just some of the people that are watching this. But there's a lot going on here, number 3, and you need to clear the air in your mind, the fog, otherwise you'll find it difficult to deal with. You've got to see things clearly, you've got to look clearly and stop ignoring things that really need your attention. It won't take you long, maybe just a few days, but you can sort it out. And then you'll be ready to move. And as I said, you'll need to be ready because it's going to happen fast. So, will your look change, number 3? Not dramatically. I just don't think it's going to get any worse. I think when you sorted out your problems about the way your lifestyle has gone a bit skew with, then things will improve. At the moment, you just can't see it. You just can't see it. You can't believe it's going to happen. You won't believe me if I tell you it will get better, but it's going to get better. Not dramatically, but your look is going to change for the better. Mark my words, you heard it here first. Please click like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and share me with your friends. And please comment below because it helps. We join in, I answer all my comments. Right, number 4. If you waited for this, thank you, very glad. Right, now then, number 4. Your reading indicates a few interesting things. Very good. For a start off, the answer is yes, your luck is getting better. But there's a few complications along the road, and one of them is that somebody quite fancies you, and I don't think you're aware of it. Again, not all of you, number 4, but some of you have a secret admirer. And it's good for your ego. So I'm glad I told you, because if you didn't know, you know now. Any idea who it could be? Somebody has got the hots for you, and if you haven't met them yet, you're going to soon. This person may not tell you, because they may think that they've got no chance. A bit like when you go to a dance in the old days, and you want to ask a girl to dance, but you daren't ask in case she says no, you don't want to look daft. So this person has a bit of a crush on you in the coming weeks and months, if not already. So if you get some strange Valentine cards with no name on them, this is where it's coming from. Your reading indicates changes, number 4. Things are coming to an end. Things that can be quite sad, but it's also quite, well, very exciting because things are changing. You're coming to the end of an era. A part of your life is going away. It will never, ever return. And I said it can be sad, but it's new and it can be very, very exciting for you. Challenging, but exciting. And a bit like number 3, you're not making life any easier for yourself because I think that you're taking on, well, you're saying yes to people when you should be saying no. I think people are taking the mickey out of you and giving you too much to do. And you've got to say no. You've got to start saying no to your own family because they may be doing it. People at work may be putting them upon you. You're not some dog's body who wants to take on everything, and that's the way you've been through your life. You've been letting people put upon you and give you too much to do, and you're so soft that you've let them do it. That's got to change because they're not all what they seem, because there is some jealousy around you, number 4, and it's causing people to gossip when you're not there. Now, a lot of the times, these people will seem very friendly. Now, I don't want you to become paranoid either, but somebody, pardon me, is not genuine behind your back, and there will be more than one of them. So that is normally born out of jealousy. Somebody may be jealous of your beauty if you're a lady, or your good looks if you're a handsome man. Somebody may be jealous of your kind, giving personality that always lets people put upon them, as I mentioned. Somebody may be just vindictive and spiteful, but they pretend to be your friends when you're there. As I said, don't be paranoid. Don't think it's everybody. It's not everybody. But a few people are a bit sad, aren't they? And they do this kind of thing. But you have an admirer. And I think it's very Mills and Boon. Is that the books that you read? Very romantic. Somebody's got the hots for you. Of course, if you're already tied up, you've got to avoid it. But it's still good for your morale and for your confidence to know that somebody finds you very, very attractive indeed. Very appealing, and they want to be with you and they want to be part of your life. It could happen if you're free. Let it happen if you want to. But don't let it happen if you're not free, because you mustn't hurt people. Otherwise you'll get karma, as you know, and you don't want karma. So you're coming to the end of an era, number 4. Your work situation, if you're at work, is a bit fraught. If you're working at home, just housework, you're doing too much, and you're doing too much for other people by the sounds of it, and it looks as though they're taking you for granted sometimes. It could be your own kids if you've got kids, if you're at that age group. But if you're younger, somebody is putting upon you and they're taking the mickey a bit, and you mustn't let them anymore. You've got to stop it. You've got to look after yourself. There is jealousy in the air, there's backstabbing in the air, there's naughtiness going on, but at the end of it, you will be the winner. I promise you, this reading indicates to me that you will be the winner, that your luck is changing for the better, particularly around your career or the way that you earn your living, your earthly stuff. None of these readings have been really lovey-dovey tonight, which is quite unusual, but none of them have been that bad either. Not too bad. There's no really disasters in any of them, but I hope you enjoyed that number 4. Stay with me, and please click like and all the stuff, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share me with your friends, and please put some comments below. And a special welcome again if you're listening to this all on your own. You're very welcome. Please stay with me now. We're going to do stage 28 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma Standard course, which is tonight the King of Cups, and you're going to love him. He's really nice. Can't wait to tell you about him. Stay with me. I'll get everything ready for you, and I'll catch you in a few seconds. Stay with me. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with me. Now we're going to take a look at the King of Cups. There he is, smashing chap there, look. Hope you can see that. King of Cups has some similarities to the Queen of Cups, but not all. I'll tell you his main features. Excuse me using notes, which I wrote 20 odd years ago, but I don't want to forget things. This chap, the King, represents or suggests really a businessman that's successful and powerful. Or he could be a teacher, a doctor, or even a healer. A person difficult to get close to, a secretive person, which can lead to people mistrusting him, but there's no need. Because of his position and his status, the King of Cups is respected and is a pillar of the community, although he may not be well loved. Nevertheless, he's extremely shrewd, sensitive, and he can communicate with people from all walks of life, all ages, and he's not afraid to mix with anyone. This man gives good advice and he's talented, reliable, and he means well. Listen to his opinions, be aware of his wisdom, and favourable results will come your way. That's what it means in a reading if you're the querent. And if you've learnt this course and you're giving a reading, that's what it means. But that's only the bit of it, of course. The King of Cups is wise, understanding, with a deep knowledge of the world that comes from in the heart, not from the head, just the head. Is a teacher of the way and a way shower. That doesn't mean literally a teacher, but he's a person that inspires you and shows you the way. He guides his students with loving attention, in other words. He cares about others sincerely and always responds to the needs of others with compassion. He heals with a gentle touch and a quiet word. He's calm and relaxed in all situations, seeming to know intuitively what's called for at any moment. So he's a very psychic chap. Others turn to, of course it can be a lady, I must say, others turn to him because they know that he will listen attentively. You know when someone says, "How are you?" and you tell them, and you know they're not listening. This chap will listen. There's always a peacefulness around him, which others respond to. That's where he reminds me of the Queen of Cups a little bit. He's tolerant of all points of view, shows patience in the most trying of circumstances. His patience is good. He gives others freedom to grow and develop their own ways without asking anything in return, often with his own children, of course. The King's emphasis is not real. He's a many-sided person. He's not just one straight thing. In readings, he asks you to take the kind of actions that he might take. For example, accepting different points of view, responding calmly in a crisis, using diplomacy rather than force. Is a man or a woman, he wants you to act as he would, whether you're a man or a woman. An atmosphere of caring and tolerance and understanding. In a reading, he tells you that a special energy has meaning for you at this time, at the time of the reading. Let yourself be inspired by the King whenever he appears in any part of your life or anyone like him. A few key words for the King. He's wise, he gives good advice, he's got a deep grasp of human behaviour. He teaches through loving attention. He knows what others need to grow for their own growth. He sees right to the heart of the matter, understands many levels of experience, is calm. In fact, calmness is one of his things. He maintains his or her composure, a quietening influence on others, emotionally stable and secure, keeps his or her head in a crisis, never seems nervous or tense. He may be, but he never seems it. Diplomatic. He can balance the needs of other people, keeps everyone working together happily, make a good manager and that sort of thing. He can diffuse tense situations and he achieves goals through subtle influence. He says just the right word at the right time. He's caring, responds to emotional needs of others. A natural healer or a therapist sometimes. He takes action to help those in need. He feels compassionate for those less fortunate than himself. He probably does some volunteer work or charity work. He's tolerant, open, broad-minded, accepts the limitations of other people. Is comfortable with all types of people from any walk of life, as I mentioned earlier. He allows others their feeling and is patient in tiring or trying circumstances. He has patience, calmness, which some people don't have the luck to possess. So Of course, when I do the notes for this course, and there'll be a lot more than that, and you'll be able to download them, hopefully, if I ever get through it, because it's a massive project. So thank you for watching this today. If you need a psychic reading with me, a proper full one, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. If I'm not free, one of my team that work for me will help you, and they're very good. They have to be good to get in my team. So please subscribe if you haven't done so, and click the bell icon so you don't miss any videos. Next time we do this, we're going to start on the new suit, and it will be stage 29, of course. So I hope you'll join me for that. And remember my motto, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you'll be loved. And a special goodbye to those of you who watch this all on your own. Stay calm, stay happy, and I'll see you all soon, I hope, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.